Hi yogis, join me in coming all the way down to your belly. I'll offer some options for getting comfortable in Makarasana or crocodile pose. We're going to be here for about 10 to 15 minutes, so if you feel like you need any padding underneath you to be comfortable lying on your belly, go ahead and grab that and lie down on top of it so that you can sink down into the floor or your mat or your bed a little bit more and stretch your body out. We'll be up on the elbows, so you can bring your forearms down to the floor underneath you and cross your forearms over in front of you, one on top of the other, so you're coming opposite hand to opposite elbow. And the elbows will be just forward of the shoulders. So if you're sliding way forward and your head's coming down onto your forearms, down really close to the floor, you want to walk your elbows back so that you're more braced up onto your elbows and your forearms, and your upper chest is lifted away from the floor. So your weight leans more into your lower ribs and down into your belly and the front of your pelvis. Now, forehead will come down onto the forearms, so try that now. And if you feel like it's a strain for your head, neck, or upper back to rest your forehead down there, try sliding your elbows or forearms forward a few inches. Rest your head back down, forehead down to your arms, and see how that feels. We're about to have a guest star here. He gets very interested when I lay down on the mat. So coming down onto your forearms, again, sliding them forward a little bit if you'd like, without bringing the upper chest down to the floor. Forehead down onto the forearms. Now, if this is still not working for you, if you have any issues with your shoulders that's starting to flare up here, or you really need support underneath you, you can grab a folded or rolled up blanket and place it right down in front of you so that it supports your upper chest and comes up to support underneath your shoulders, kind of tucking into your underarms. And then you can rest your arms forward of the blanket and let your head fall down forward of the blanket. So try that if you need it. And then get your upper body just resting into a place, again, that feels comfortable, but that keeps your collarbones, your upper chest lifted. Now your lower body, you can take the legs a little bit wider than hips distance, not crazy far out, but just a little wider. And traditionally, this pose has the toes pointing out, so the inner line of your feet, or your big toe side, is resting towards the floor. Now, I do not love the traditional option here. I choose to go the other way, as do many yogis, and that is to pigeon toe the feet. So for those who have any lower back issues, SI joint issues, tight in the pelvic sacral area, I recommend the pigeon toes. And I like getting into it really mindfully. So picking one foot up a few inches, stretching that leg out behind you like you're trying to lengthen the leg right out of the hip socket. And then pigeon toe the foot, so you point the toes in, let the heel splay out, and rest that leg down to the floor. And then the same thing with the other leg. Pick it up, stretch it out, point the toes in, and then lower the leg down. Adjust as you need to, maybe wiggle the hips, the lower belly, and the floor a little bit. And know that you can find any angle that works for you. So if pointing the toes in doesn't quite work and pointing the toes out doesn't quite work for you, just move the toes, the feet around a little bit and see what feels the most comfortable. And again, your legs can come out a little wider or they can come in a bit. Find where your body wants to rest. And then really allow the weight of your legs from your pelvis through your thighs down to the feet to rest into the floor. So again, this is crocodile pose. Imagine that crocodile tail, just really heavy, resting into the ground. If you brought your head up to look at the screen, let's come back down now. Forehead coming down to the forearms. Letting your weight rest into your elbows, your forearms, and relaxing your shoulders. Hanging your head, relaxing your neck. Settling into your lower ribs, your belly, your pelvis, your legs, your feet. And tuning into your breath, feel your inhalation fill through those same spaces in your torso, through the lower ribs, the waist, the side waist, and your lower back. We're facilitating diaphragmatic breath here. So the diaphragm, that primary breathing muscle that separates the chest cavity and the abdominal cavity, is free to move here and really encouraged to guide the breath. Many of us, for a variety of reasons, tend to lean into breathing patterns that aren't as healthy for the body. And get stuck in chest breathing, especially with stress or anxiety. Breath can get stuck up in the chest and those secondary breathing muscles. We want to encourage the breath to come down lower. So in this pose, immobilizing the chest and resting into the pelvis, we open up that diaphragmatic space. Just as this pose is a relaxation pose, diaphragmatic breathing is a relaxing state of breath. Engages the nervous system to calm and soothe and settle the nervous system. And it releases tension from the lower back, from the mid-torso. Tension that sits there from stress, from bad posture, from weak or tight muscles. And keep your mind focused in on that breath, filling gently through the lower ribs, through the side waist, through the low back. Exhaling, everything softens. And settling your weight in towards the earth. And taking this pose for about 10 minutes, at least once a day, maybe even twice a day, helping to settle your mind and to soothe emotional stress. This pose acts as a vehicle to relieve the turmoil that can sit in the body, letting us move through the rest of our days with more equilibrium, more balance, and more calm. Let's take 3 more full breaths here. And filling that space, lower back, belly, side body. Feel the ribs flare and release. And then as you're ready, sliding your elbows, your forearms forward or even out from underneath your head. You can turn your head to the side, resting on the floor or on your hands. Relaxing your chest down, relaxing your head down heavy. You can kick your feet up towards the ceiling, bending at your knees, windshield wiper side to side, rocking the belly. And you can choose to rest here for belly down Shavasana if you'd like, or roll over and rest some more. This is also a great start to a yoga practice. Rather than a finish moving into Shavasana, this is a great start to center you, help you tune into your breath before exploring movement. You can also take this as a break in your day, just 10 minutes to relax, breathe, rebalance. And so that's crocodile pose. That's diaphragm breathing, something we all need, especially during times like this. I hope you all utilize it and enjoy it.